Hi everyone, it's Shelley Johns here and welcome to tonight's team call. I've got lots of exciting information to share, and tonight's topic is all about the Ultimate Program, what it does, how to get the best results, and just how to help you get and look after and keep your clients and build a successful business. But what we're going to start the night with is some good news from some of the people that are on the call. So there's lots of things been happening. I think there's been some events and things like that. So Jan, did you want to kick it off with maybe an event you've attended and what's been happening in your business?
Okay, went to the STS on Saturday with Glenn Marin. Actually, I didn't sit in on the supervisor workshop because I did volunteer to do the reception desk, which was really a lot of fun. Hadn't done that for many, many years, and they were looking for some helpers. So I did that. But the general training was really, really good. And I know, Lydia, your two new girls, Marcel's girls, were there. I saved them a seat right in the front row. So hopefully they got some good value. I know some of it might have sort of gone over their head a little bit because, they're not perhaps ready for it. But I think the gist of the whole workshop, I think, would have been helpful for them. And Glenn was very, very good, not quite so overwhelming as he can be sometimes. So that was really, really good. Excellent day. Good news was, I think I might have mentioned a little while ago that I had a customer come back to me on the products who's been with me for about 28, 29 years. Her name's Zuka. She's a Lebanese lady. I had most of the family on and off the products all those years as well. So recently she got back on some products. And then, of course, since then, her son, Carl, he's on the products, and his wife and her other daughter is now on the products as well. And of course, it's a bit of a difficult time for them at the moment because it is Ramadan for the Lebanese community. But we've sorted out how they will take their products. So they're faring quite well at the moment. Obviously, the results might be as good as what they hope because of Ramadan, but they're certainly using the products to the best of their ability at the moment. So having 3 extra customers, that was really exciting.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Jan. That's fantastic. So how long have you been in the business for?
31 years.
31. I bet you still get excited about helping those new people.
Absolutely. Particularly now they've all begun to grow up, particularly in this particular family.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So I know, Jennifer, I'm just going to unmute you. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, how you going?
Great. I know you've been gallivanting all over the place, so we'd love to hear some of your good news of what's been happening, how you went into Toowoomba, anything you can share that you're allowed to that in Adelaide, or any of your good news.
Okay, well, certainly the Toowoomba night was absolutely fantastic, and only one thing, and I told them I didn't quite like the way they did the business plan. They did it in a more lengthy manner, which I think could have been shorter, but the rest of it was awesome, and they had quite a lot. What was interesting is that sort of less than a week before, they'd had a customer night, and what they did was they put out invitations to all the old customers that weren't on the products anymore and to distributors that had dropped out, and they basically had the flyer or the invitation worded, "What do you know about Herbalife today? Come and hear more about scientific Herbalife," something like that. And so they ended up putting out 140 or 160 invitations, and they got 66 people there. And they said it was awesome night. They actually had it in a little restaurant, and they actually put it on with some like chicken wings and stuff like that. And then they had everyone dress up and made it a real country fun night, and had whistles on the table. And then they got people up, old people who had past results, and asked them to tell their stories again. And then they actually upheld all those customers and said to them, you influenced so many people when you were on the products before. There were so many people who got on the products because of you, and we want to say thank you that you're not forgotten for what you did for Herbalife, adding your stories. So they handled it in that way. So it was, basically a thank you to the past distributors and the past customers. And at the end of the night, incidentally, they had a photo booth, so everyone had photos with the kids and everybody, and it was just such a fun night. At the end of the night, they got instant, like people wanting to go on the products again, it's distributors that wanted to redo the business again, and apparently just really successful night, of just showing respect to people that have gone before. And see, people often want to come back, and it's like the cup of coffee story. Until the lady in the shop or the waitress asks you, do you want another cup of coffee, you often don't say you want it. When they say, do you want it? You say, yeah, I'll have one. So here they were. They basically put it out to the people and gave them a chance to come back as customers or distributors. And so at the night we had, I'm not sure the numbers now, Jen might remember, but it was a pretty big packed meeting. And at the end of the night, what was successful was that everybody was hanging around talking all night. So that, shows what you can do, and you don't always think about it. You think, oh, Mary hasn't come back. And as Jan said, she's had people coming back to her often, on and off, on and off. So sometimes you just need to extend that invitation again with a new idea or new enthusiasm, or maybe a Sunday or Saturday picnic or in the park, or, get together at Mary's house, whatever it might be. So I was very impressed. And so they really want to get Toowoomba really, really rocking again. And, that was, good. It was good for us. We enjoyed the trip, and everything you go to, you always pick up something new, and it re-inspires you all the time. So I'm never, never come out of a meeting without, hearing something that's really, really great. So we also we went to South Australia for the strategy and planning meetings, and we talked for 2 days, and get a lot of stuff covered. I think now the Why Herbalife now has all come out now, hasn't it, Shelley?
I've been looking for it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. So I'm not quite sure how much to say yet, so it's probably not at this minute. But anyway, they put together all the venues for the Why Herbalife now. There was quite a lot of country areas. They had to sieve some down, so that was a matter of trying to work out which areas, were really, really good, that were going to attract people. And so I kind of, without saying too much, there is going to be one up your way, Shelley, and a bit further up, in a place where we talked about before, Shelley. So, I think that'll be coming out shortly. In fact, I'm going to have a look at my computer afterwards and have a look. So much stuff will come from my computer. I had a feeling that it was already out, but it may not be. So our next thing, of course, it's in the promotions you'll do later, is, our doctors meeting that'll be coming up, very soon. And that's going to be an excellent thing, because if you can get to the doctor's meeting, then I believe they're going to ask people from the outside, people who are not Herbalifers. So I suggest that you go along and you kind of keep your ears open about who came as an outside guest, and sit next to them at the meeting and see if you can get them signed up, because certainly a lot of people are going to come because he's the doctor for Arsenal in England, and the nutrition expert for Arsenal, and always been attached to Herbalife. So once again, I think that flyer's out or about to be out. So I'll get into trouble if I've spoken about it before the flyer comes out. But anyway, it's to excite you about the stuff that's coming in this next month, and stuff that you can get people to, and stuff where you can keep recruiting at those meetings, and that's what it's about. And especially when the doctor meeting comes out, because they're going to talk about what Herbalife does for the whole human body. So, it's something that, with the aging community in particular, I think is getting far more important than the young community. There's so many of our neighbours, relatives and friends, are going to want to hear some of this talk. I'm speaking because my sister was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So, it's so important now that, we've got all these opportunities to sell product, and, to get people in the business. I'm quite excited about the year. So I better stop there and give you a chance to get going.
No, thank you, Jennifer, and I'm definitely going to get you to do the promotions next time. It's a great way to cover them, so we'll definitely do that next time. So thank you for sharing. I was very interested about the Toowoomba one, just the amount of guests, and it sounds like it had a really great vibe, and I guess you can tailor some of your presentations to suit you know, to suit your demographic and where you are, and to attract more people, make it more interesting. So yes, we're excited. I've been keeping an eye on the email. It hasn't come out yet, but I was hoping I could share it tonight, but that's okay. So now I know Rosemary is on the call tonight, and I'm just going to unmute you, Rosemary. I know your microphone's just a little bit scratchy, so I'll just mute everyone else just to see if that will help. And yeah, so Rosemary, I was just wondering if you could share, you know, how long you've been using Herbalife for, and a little bit about your product result and some of your good news. I know you've with the new cinnamon herbal beverage.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, it's Rosemary, and I've been on Herbalife for 25 years now. Had fantastic results in those first few weeks, and consequently, you know, continue to take the products all these 25 years. And I know that I am a lot fitter now than I was probably in my early, I don't know, 30s or whatever. For one to, you know, be able to swim 100 laps in our 9-metre pool in about 35 minutes proves that, you know, I couldn't swim one length of that pool before Herbalife. So, and I can manage to do all 4 strokes if I choose to. With the business side of it, I've constantly done it ever since I began, and continue to do it as best I can wherever I can. And I, like Jan, had a lady who was in the weight loss challenge about 6 years ago, bumped into her down the shops, and she said, "Oh, I've put on weight." Consequently got her here last week, got her on quite a few products, and following her up as well. Yeah, I just, you know, do the best I can, and I just love doing what I do. I was out today, dropped some product off to one of the new distributors, and we were sitting, you know, at a cafe, and a lady walked past, she had a beanie on, and I said, "Oh, is that for the brain, you know, brain tumour one?" And it turns out she sat down, and then I gave an invitation to come to Dr. Burgess's meeting on the 7th, which she's very keen to do, and we didn't know her from Adam. So you can do the business anywhere you are, to be honest. It was funny because Sandra, the other lady, said, "Do you normally do that?" And I said, "Well, yeah, no, but just sometimes you can say hello to someone," and yeah, conversation. She came back and she sat down and sat with us, and yeah, chatted for ages. So, and I've given her a flyer and got her phone number. So yeah, it's all good. I hope that's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. That's awesome. Way to go. We'll get a follow up on those leads next week, right?
Yep. No worries.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm just going to mute you. Before I just go on to Lydia, can everyone see this yellow square here? Can you see that? Can you? How do I?
Yeah, I can, Shelley.
Get rid of it.
Oh.
Please move this window away from the shared application. So every time I go to do it, it makes the slide change. I don't know how to get rid of it. What did I do? I did something. I don't know what. Okay, nope. So it keeps doing that. So I'm not quite sure how it says, please move this window away from the shared application. Let me just have a quick look. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's all right. If I do that, no, that's not it. Seriously, how can I do this every week?
You're expected to multitask.
Okay, I actually don't know what I'm doing, so I don't know how to get rid of it. So, Lydia, I'll just, if you can just share, because I know reason why I'm excited about you sharing, because I know you had a shake party for a member, and I just love for you to share what's happened. And I'm just going to remove the screen share and then go back again and see if it'll get rid of it. So if you could talk, that would be lovely. Some people don't know who you are, so if you just wanted to introduce yourself, that would be lovely.
Did you want my product story, Shelley?
Yeah, that'll be fantastic too, please.
Okay, yep. Hey guys, so I've been using the products now for 8 years this month actually. So I got started on the products after the birth of my second child. She was about 6 months old, and I was really struggling to lose the weight. I had no energy, so I became a little bit grumpy as well because I wasn't getting through the day like I should have been. And I had taken on some pretty bad eating habits as well. And being a breastfeeding mum at the time, I knew that that wasn't good, so I needed to make the change. Like a lot of you guys on the call tonight, I actually answered a flyer that came in the letterbox, and very fortunate to have that flyer because we only lived in town for a short time, for about 7 months. And that letterbox, has been able to keep me at home for the last 8 years. So I jumped on the products, had an amazing first 7 days. The first 3 days I had noticed the energy shift. I was no more sleeping after lunch with the 2 children. I was combating all of my jobs throughout the day, so I had so much more energy. By day 7, I'd actually lost 2 kilos and 8 centimetres off my waist, so I absolutely was feeling amazing. So naturally I stayed on the products for, I think it was about 3 months, and I was able to lose 10 kilos and 38 centimetres of body fat. Absolutely felt fantastic. Had gone from a size 16 maternity clothes down to a size 10. And then I actually used the products through my 3rd pregnancy. So that was pretty cool. I only put on 13 kilos with that pregnancy. Previous 2 pregnancies, I'd put on 26 kilos. So had an awesome pregnancy. I just used the products for just good general health and vitality, throughout that next 10 months. And then after I had the 3rd bub, I was able to get back on the products in what we call weight loss mode. And I was able to drop the 9 kilos and 40 centimetres of body fat again, second time round. And I've been using those products to maintain my weight loss for the last 7 years. Because my 3rd bub is coming up 7 in July. So I'm pretty excited to share with you about the shake party. So I had a lady that I've been following up for a couple of years now on the products, and she came back to me this year wanting to get another awesome product result and took the products a little bit more serious. So she was looking to sort of upgrade on a few more products, but it came down to a budget. And then I spoke to her about becoming, not becoming a consultant, but maybe to have a few people around to the house so I could show them what she was doing, because she's getting really awesome results. She took out our challenge, lost 4.5 kilos in 30 days, which we all know that does attract a little bit of attention coming out of that challenge. So a lot of excited people around her. So I just suggested that maybe she hold a shake party, and she was all for it, just to get to that next level of the marketing plan, to get another 10% off the products, and possibly in a couple of months be making enough money to actually pay for those upgrades on her products. So we just started an event page on Facebook. We invited about, I think it was 22 people, Saturday morning. So she lives in Rockhampton, I live in Billow, so it's a 2-hour drive. So I went across there with my 3 girls. 7 o'clock we left here on the Saturday, and we held the shake party at 10 o'clock. So we actually had 11 there plus myself. We had an awesome shake party. It went for about an hour and a half. The results coming out of that shake party was we had a lady and a husband. They're taking the products in weight loss mode. Her neighbour is taking the products for good general health, so where she doesn't have breakfast, so we've got her onto a couple of products just to start her day off. And another lady starting on a trial pack tomorrow. So we had a lot of exposure there. We made 5 shakes samples, so the 5 best shakes that we had up our sleeve. We actually give them a sample of the original Herbal Bev, and then we gave them another sample of the cinnamon one. So we spotlighted that product. We covered a couple of I didn't go right through the entire product range. I spoke more about the products that I had on the table, the programs on the table, which I call my old faithful, which is the Shape Up program with the herbal tea and the protein powder, and another good one, budget conscious one I call it, which was the protein starter and the advanced. So we sort of covered all bases with that, and just explained how Herbalife works. And I actually prepped Erica first to be able to share her story, so she could share her story in the day of life in Erica, because everybody is just so shocked that she's doing so well because she loves food and they didn't think she could do it. So she shared what she does, which is slightly different. Not always shake. She has it through her yoga and that sort of thing. So that raised a few eyebrows and a good talking point. But we can only help that Shake Parties does exposure, to be honest with you. I don't really like doing sales on the day. It sort of takes me away from the Shake Party too much. Trying to do the setup stage with people. That's where you start running into a lot of time and people start hearing the same thing because you're forgetting who you're talking to all the time. So, and I actually relaxed the entire crowd by saying that. And if they wanted to get started on the products, was to come back in the afternoon and talk to Erica and myself, because I was hanging around in Rocky for the day, or we'd do a one-on-one over the phone together, and that would put Erica at ease as well. So it takes a lot of pressure off. It's probably not the best sales pitch, but it just takes pressure off the crowd that they have to feel like they've got to buy on the day. We just planted in the seed about good nutrition.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lydia. So exciting. So you have to give us a follow-up on the rest that happens from that event. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Yep.
And thank you for sharing your amazing results too. That's awesome. So as you can see, there's heaps of good news happening all over Australia. So just for my good news, on Thursday, I got home with the girls and Dad. They'd done a violin performance at one of the schools. So we got back early, and Ross was talking to one of the neighbours, and she'd seen my car, because my car's got a sign on it with the phone number. So she was just standing at the front door chatting, and then I've rocked up, and Ross said, "Oh, you need to speak to Shelley," and so she said, "Oh, my daughter used to use Herbalife years and years ago at Mount Isa or something like that," and I just said, "Oh, does she still do it?" She said, "No." I said, "No problems." I said, "Why don't you come in?" So she came in for a chat, and I did a body scan and nutrition profile, showed her all our before and after results, gave her a couple of samples of the products to try, and I just got out the price list, and I showed her all the different products and what they were, and I just said, "You're going to need the probiotic and aloe anyway, because you've got digestive issues, and that's all in the Ultimate program." So she went through and she said, "I'll just take that one." So she took the Ultimate. She goes, I keep some cash on me for emergencies. So she went off next door, came back with $480, paid for her Ultimate program, which will arrive on Wednesday, because I had almost everything but not quite. So I've just ordered that for her, and she wants her husband to jump on it. So that was pretty cool. First neighbour on the products. And the other one was I got a Herbalife lead. And look, not all the Herbalife leads. When you're a tab team member, get team and above, you get leads from Herbalife. But you've got to make sure you screen them properly, because sometimes you might only get an email address, and sometimes they might have already spoken to someone. So you've got to qualify them and make sure that you don't, so if it's a family member or someone that's already registered, I would automatically refer them back. So this girl had already been on the products through someone else, and so I knew who it was, so I called them and had a chat with them, and she said, "Oh no, I don't want to be a coach. I'd be more than happy for you to look after us." So I organised to call her on Friday night, and I signed her up over the phone, walked her through, and I met up with her this afternoon, and she ordered some product, and she wants to get on the Ultimate, and she works in a childcare centre, which is really cool. So and she brought her little girl along. So yeah, that was really great, just being able to chat with her. But just with the Herbalife leads, or any lead that you feel like the things she was saying, I knew she already knew about Herbalife. So just make sure you qualify and ask the right questions, so that you're doing the right thing. And because what goes around comes around, and there's more than enough people to help anyway. So I have no problems referring people back. So that's some of the good news. So Jennifer, just wait, let me unmute you. Go.
Sorry. Yeah, just wanted to say, when you were talking about the Ultimate Pack, I was quite, I suppose, happy and amazed when we had all our stats and things down in South Australia. For the last few months, the Ultimate Pack has been the biggest selling pack. And I have to admit, I've thought to myself, often as we do, is Ultimate too expensive for a family, this or that, whatever. We all have those little thoughts, even when you sell them. But it just goes to show that so many people are selling the product and people are getting results by having it.
Absolutely. And if I can just say, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in view at the moment. So put your hand up if you're using the Ultimate program. Just put your hand up. Right. Okay, and go through the rest of the people. Put your hand up. I've got Stephen, Lindley, Mervyn. If you're using the Ultimate program, put your hand up. Right. So the reason why obviously we sell Ultimates is because we're using it, number one. And it's interesting, I rang a second line VIP member, and she wants to do the business. She lives in Rockhampton. I was talking to Lydia about her actually. So I'm hoping if Lydia does another shake party, she might even be able to go along and hang out with you, because she's pretty keen to do the business too. And she just said that what she would say by giving up smoking, because her and her partner want to give up smoking, they could actually afford the Ultimate program. So I thought that was really interesting in itself. So generally whatever we're using, we tend to sell. So if we're all actually using the Ultimate program, that's probably why it's easier to upgrade people. And they usually end up saving money anyways, which is quite interesting. but no problems if they can't afford it, of course. And perfect, just such a perfect lead into our topic for tonight, Jennifer, because it's all about the Ultimate program.
Right.
I love it. So did we rehearse this? No.
Oh, we did it actually.
So let's go on and see, because I've done a whole slide presentation. Let's see if my keys will work. Okay, so I just thought for some of the people, because I know even Lydia, you tagged a few people, and even if they're not able to be on the call tonight, we're recording this, so I just wanted to share my results. And I love it that there's Rosemary and Jennifer and Jan that have all been on the products for, you know, 25 plus years, 30 plus years, which is really exciting. So I just want to show you, this is a year after I got started. And one of the things I really noticed, I was 22 here, or maybe 21, might have been 21. I had really oily hair up the top and really frizzy down the bottom. It's got kind of funny hair, really. Look at it, looks like I look like a clown. Anyway, I used to get cold sores a lot. And I didn't feel very confident in myself. I was really shy, but I can tell you my hair's really healthy now, like it's super duper healthy. And of course I've been on the products now for 27 years. So I'm 47 now. So this was taken with Mackenzie, who's basically a Herba baby. So I used the products while I was pregnant, breastfed her for 18 months. She puts Herbalife on her porridge. She, you know, loves all the products, which is great. So here's Mackenzie about to turn 11 on Wednesday. She's never had gastro and she's never been on antibiotics in 11 years, basically, almost, or 10 years, let's say. That's pretty cool, right? So, you know, so they love the probiotic and the Herbalife one and lots of other stuff too. So this is me here after I had the girls. So yes, I lost 17 kilos in 16 weeks, and then I had children, and especially in the second pregnancy, because, you know, Mackenzie, I don't know, maybe I had too many energy products, but Mackenzie never slept. So this is me here. This lovely face is someone that's been sleep deprived for 3 years. So I was really sleep deprived and tired, and I was painting at night, like murals, because I'm an artist as well. And I just started having cuppas and bickies and stuff and getting into bad habits, not exercising. I was walking twice a day with Mackenzie when I was pregnant with her. And I really only put on probably the same as Lydia, 10 or 12 kilos. But Caitlin, I just blew right out. So here I am at my very heaviest, about 93 kilos, never been that heavy. I was quite shocked when I got on the scales. This is about all that fit me. I obviously didn't want to have my photo taken in this picture. But the great thing about Herbalife is it always gives you that next chance to work on your product result and get refocused. So here I am with lost 20.2 kilos. I love the skin. I think the skin's amazing for, you know, that slowing down the aging process and really making your skin glow. So if you're wondering if you can use Herbalife long term, absolutely you can, because we've got a whole bunch of people on the call that are, you know, are just doing that. So I just wanted to share that with you, so anyone that hadn't heard my story before. So I've been working on a new product result. So just in 9 weeks, I lost 9 kilos recently as well. So I've just been really honing in on muscle definition and a bit more toning. And I just wanted to say, we don't claim to cure anything with the products. It's just good balanced nutrition. So we're really showing what's possible, not what's typical. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. So it's all about the Ultimate program, what it does, how to get the best results. So let's move along. So I just wanted to go through why Herbalife is different. I've got a really great article that I use that I give clients. And so it's all about cellular nutrition. So it's daily balanced nutrition. And it obviously helps with this cleansing herbs and botanicals. It's helping to regenerate this villi. So healthy villi should look like this. So there's long, healthy fingers. And unhealthy villi looks like this, which is a clenched fist. If you look at it, so you can do an example with clients. And if you don't have long, healthy villi, this is where these are the nutrition receptors. They absorb through the villi into the cells, hence cellular nutrition. So, but due to stress and poor eating, preservatives, additives, medication, drugs, alcohol, smoking, pollution, you know, 20th century living, basically they break off like this. And so they're energetically impaired. Your body can't work to its optimum. It's not absorbing nutrition. So we really need those cleansing herbs to help regenerate the villi so it can absorb the nutrition to the cells, to that cellular level, which is why we call it cellular nutrition. And this is the point of difference for Herbalife. So you need to be really strong on this and just be able to explain it very quickly or show a picture of it. This is what it should look like, but I like the long fingers and the clenched fist, and that this is what basically, you know, cellular nutrition does. It's about getting your body to work the way it should. And people that are fairly healthy will have an energy shift straight away, but sometimes people that are more overweight or have health concerns can take a little bit longer. So just be patient and persistent and keep guiding people through if they haven't had that really amazing energy shift straight away. Just be patient. Okay, so this is cellular nutrition. There's a lot of Herbalife product brochures you can get which explain the Formula 1 and 2 together. This makes cellular nutrition. You don't just want to get the shake, you want to add in the multivitamin complex because it has the cleansing herbs and botanicals. It's not just a multivitamin, it's much, much more than that. It's really high quality, and this is the thing that's going to help get the villi nice and long, okay? So some of the tips that I have for your Formula 1, you can make it into lots of healthy snacks and smoothies. I find a mini shake before I go out to dinner or on Christmas Day is really effective, so you don't overeat, because I'm notoriously a big eater. If I'm feeling hungry or a bit stressed out or anything like that, I just take in a couple of extra Formula 2 because they're fantastic for stress and they're fantastic for cravings. So a couple of extra with a big glass of water. And the great thing about the Formula 1 now, it comes in vanilla, it comes in berry, comes in chocolate, comes in cookies and cream, and now mint choc as well. So you've got all these really great flavors, including the sports, which is the chocolate and the vanilla one too. So you've got so many different options that are going to suit somebody. There's a flavor to suit every single person, okay? And you just have 2 scoops a day or more, sometimes a bit more heavy-handed, and it's just delicious. Having it for breakfast and lunch, breakfast and dinner for weight loss. You can have it 3 times a day or more for weight gain. And to maintain is really easy. You can have 1 or 2 a day and 1 or 2 meals. So it's actually quite simple. And most of the people on the call tonight that you can see actually are maintaining the result. They've lost their weight and now they're maintaining, which is, so how easy is it to maintain? It's quite simple, right? And even after 30 plus years, Jennifer, you still love having your shakes, eh?
Yeah, and the thing is, you can experiment with them. You hear about another shake flavor overseas. It doesn't take much to think about, how you might change the flavor a bit. You like passion fruit. You add some passion fruit to something. Yeah, so we've got a good variety here. That's for sure.
Cool. And I love that you're mentioning these things because it's almost like you've looked at my slides before and you haven't.
I think I've been doing this long enough and also doing my bit of experimenting. I have to admit, I'm kind of more into shakes than I am, like the goodies that everyone makes, like the protein balls and all that. I think I'm not, I'm kind of a sweet tooth in some things, but sometimes for me the sweets are a bit sweet. So I like my shakes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I put it on my porridge or something if I feel like porridge.
It's great for winter too. And yep.
Sorry, I interrupt you. I just didn't know if it was relevant when we talk about shakes, if I should have mentioned that at the STS on Saturday, they brought out the promo that we're getting the Formula 1 Select, which is our vegetarian shake, which is going to have no gluten, no anything that people are allergic to, no artificial flavors, no God, it's all got out of my head. You should know by now. No soy, etc. Anything a lot of people say that they're allergic to. It's a vegetarian shake. It's not a vegan shake because it's got one little ingredient that comes from, I don't know, fish or something. I can't remember the story, but it's a vegetarian shake overall, and it tastes quite good. We did have a taste last year when they were preparing it, and all the guys that are into the vegan stuff or the vegetarian stuff said that they thought it was really good. So they've got a good sort of promo coming out, say get prepared, and they're saying to people now, go to all your vegetarian type shops or your health food shops, wherever they might make shakes, the local shake shops, and say, we're bringing out from the number 1 shake company, and our product will come out with number 1 on it very soon, and possibly the vegetarian select formula will have the number 1 on it. So if you start talking to people now, you're allowed to do that. It's coming. All the people that said, I can't use the shake because of this or that, new business, as I said, from the shake shops, see what you can do because it's not far off.
Absolutely. And I must admit, yes, I have a few people on that list that I can go back to and say, this is coming. So thank you. That's an excellent point. And I know it can't be too far away. I'm assuming it might even be around the the World Team Leadership Weekend or something like that might launch it. So that's pretty exciting. Thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. So yeah, I think it's got some bee ingredient, bee pollen.
That's it, the bee thing. Yeah.
But that's okay. It's going to suit, you know, the majority of people that are vegetarian, and there's more vegetarians out there than vegans. So that's really cool. So here's some other recipes that Jennifer was talking about with the versatility. Yes, you can put it on porridge. Make sure the porridge is cooled down a little bit. So even though you can't boil, bake it, or microwave it, you can have it in things that are warm for winter, now that the weather's getting a little bit cooler. So there's some really cool recipes. I just Googled these, so there's lots and lots of different ones. I love this one that someone's put chili in it. I thought that was pretty cool. Chocolate chili shake. Is anyone going for that one?
Well, soups are great. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you can put your Formula 1 vanilla or the PPP, personalised protein powder, into soups as well. In fact, I was just talking to someone about that this afternoon. So there's lots of versatility for the cooler weather. And of course, you can make really nice icy ones for when it's hot. So if you've got anyone that's really into coffee, then that can obviously add coffee or chicory into the coffee shake to make it mocha, or with the vanilla to make it a latte. So, you know, just try and get really creative with people and listen to what they're saying, so you can find a solution that's going to suit them so they're happy. And I'll just go through to some of the snack. You can take a screenshot of this if you want to. These are some from Katrina Rhodes, just some of the different protein balls and lemon leaf biscuit balls and fudge balls that you can make as well using the Herbalife too. So these ones you just make up and use chill in the fridge, which I prefer, because again, I do not like cooking the Formula 1, because yes, it tastes fine, but the nutrients will deplete. You can cook with the personalised protein powder, but definitely not with the Formula 1, just so you know. Just keep it to warm things only. So here's some recipes. So just remember, because I just realised I didn't put the how to use chart up, if you're trying to lose weight with the program, because of course you can use the Ultimate program to lose weight, to gain weight, or maintain, and for sports, of course. So to lose weight, you're having 2 shakes a day, 1 main meal, just cut back, and a couple of snacks in between. To gain weight, you're having your 3 shakes and your 3 meals. Preferably have your shakes after your meal, so they don't stop you from being hungry, and you can load them up with as many calories as you like, lucky yous. And to maintain is really easy. 1 or 2 shakes a day. I still have at least 2 shakes a day, 1 or 2 meals, a couple of snacks. And then, of course, everyone has their supplements and their tablets 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because you want to be consistent with that so your body can absorb it. So that's how you use that one program all those different ways. Okay, so let's just get on with the rest of the products. So the third product in your Ultimate program is your cellulose. It's a really popular product. It has plant-based ingredients with added minerals. It helps to support the fluid balance in your body and gives that appearance of healthy skin. So sometimes we can get that bumpy skin on our thighs and things like that, and tummies. It just helps to smooth that out. So it's fantastic for centimetre loss and excess fluid. That's what I've found. So one of my top tips is, when I travel, is to get really puffy ankles. So I just take a couple of cellulose before I get on the plane. 2 when I'm actually flying and with lots of water, and I don't have puffy ankles, which is really great. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but I definitely have. So it's really great. But anyone that's just trying to get that extra centimetre loss, or just smoothing out their legs and things like that, it's a great product and for improving circulation too. So I just take 1 tab 3 times a day. Sometimes I'll double up on them, like if we're on a challenge and I'm trying to beat Billa Wheeler and Gundawindi, I just might double up on them. You know, you never know. So the next product is NRG. So I love this. This is I get a kind of side look. I know we can't make health claims, but for me personally, I've got a bit of sinus here. This pressure builds up, and just the NRG just takes that away. So I've got the old label bottle on there. 2 to 4 tabs a day. You can take more if you wish. It's naturally invigorating, helps to maintain your stamina levels. You know, people that have those energy V drinks, and they're hideous. They're full of sugar. They're like 25 grams of sugar, which is like 6 spoons of sugar per one little tiny can, and they're so acidic. And you get this huge peak of energy, and then you crash. Whereas NRG is nice and sustained. It works your adrenal glands, helps to improve your mental alertness. Great for people doing shift work and studying and things like that. Imagine truck drivers driving long distances. I spoke to someone today, and she's in the childcare industry, and she's working full time. She's studying full time, and she has a toddler full time. And she needs NRG. I just said you need to have some of that when you're studying. So I find it really good for sugar cravings. That's one of my tips. Helps to pick you up when you're just feeling tired or fatigued. To have 1 or 2 tabs in the morning and afternoon. Look, it's an individual product. Can you take more? Yes. just be aware that you're going to run out of them a bit quicker. So if you've got a client that's budget focused, make sure you're looking at those sort of things. But anyone that has an afternoon slump, this is the perfect time to have it, even just with a cup of herby beverage and a couple of NRGs, and you definitely won't be tired after that. That's all I can say. Okay. Next product in the Ultimate program is the instant herbal beverage. It's really, really popular. Obviously, it comes in original and peach. Peach is really popular, I find, with the younger age group, though it's a little bit sweeter, and you can have it hot or cold. So you could have it down here with some ice, like an iced tea if you wanted to. You can have it hot. I find the new cinnamon flavour beautiful hot. It just has this nice aroma that comes off it. But my favourite is always the instant herbal beverage original. It's the lemony one. I just love, it's probably because I've drank it, you know, for over 25 years. I just love that one. The cinnamon's a little bit sweeter for someone that's got a bit more of a sweet tooth. And of course you can add it to your shake as well. I've seen a few recipes with like a chai latte shake, and people are putting the instant herbal beverage in that way. So it's quite versatile. And yeah, so just you can have it hot or cold, and it counts as your water. It's low calorie. It's very refreshing. It's uplifting. I just find it gives me that natural boost. And I used to eat a whole block of chocolate in one go, and when I added this into my program, I just found that all those cravings for chocolate went away. It's got natural antioxidants. It's definitely alkalining, and I know this because I put the litmus paper in it and it went really blue, so it means it's an alkalining product. When you put it in coffee, guess what color it goes? Orangey. Red is not a good color. So a little bit of coffee's fine, you know, in moderation, but remember it's more acidic. You want to have more alkalining things in your body, and definitely counts as your water. So one of my top tips is I have 2 hot instant herbal beverages first thing in the morning to get my metabolism kick-started and wake me up. You can make it into a healthy punch. So I've got some aloe in here at the moment with some sparkling water, and that's really nice with the aloe in it. But you could also add your herby beverage with some mint and strawberries and make it really nice. So if you're going out, you can do that as well. So it's great with the herbal aloe. So that's your herby beverage. Oh, so half a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons per cup. You know, have it as strong or weak as you like. You can have as many cups as you like, but if you're someone that gets quite stimulated by it, just think about what time of the night you're drinking it. If it keeps you up, just stop at a certain time of the night. I don't seem to have that issue, but again, it's an individual product, okay? Okay, the next product in the Ultimate program is the Herbal Aloe. So this one, they call it Liquid Gold. It's like a shower on the inside, and it's a beautiful product. It's cold pressed. It's got really high quality ingredients, natural enzymes. So basically, once you pierce the seal on your aloe, you need to keep it in the fridge, and it's going to last 30 days. So it's not going to go off in 30 days, but the enzymes will slowly deteriorate, so they're not as effective. So you want to have it in that 30-day period so you're getting the maximum benefits, okay? So if you're feeling like, I just find it's really soothing, healing and calming. Obviously it's added to the Ultimate program because it helps enhance your results. A glass after every meal, if you find that you're someone that gets digestive issues or bloating or heartburn, it's great for that. So yeah, it's definitely great around Christmas and those times that you feel like you might be indulging. So it's a beautiful product. The little cap on the top, I would have between 3 and 6 capfuls a day. And I know my sponsors, Merv and Anne used to love it neat, the original, because she said it tastes like a whiskey sour without the alcohol. So she'd just have it straight. So, you know, it's individual. You can have it strong or weak. Don't put it in anything hot. Will it still taste fine if you put it in your hot tea? Yes, but did you just kill some of the enzymes and nutrients? Yes, you probably did. So, you know, it's a high quality product. Don't put it in anything hot. Keep it at room temperature or cold, okay? And keep it in the fridge. So I hope those tips are helpful. So this is one of the newer products, the Active Fiber Complex. So it has soluble and insoluble fiber. So I want to explain what that is. So some of the fiber will absorb some fats and take it out of your system. There's other fiber that's all spongy and cleansy, and it goes through and it scrubs your bowels on the way out. So it's a good visual, right? Scrubs it and keeps it nice and clean, so it's good for your bowel health. And there's also the fiber that absorbs the water and makes you feel fuller. So it's doing all of those things in that one little product. It's naturally sweetened, and it tastes like apple. So you could add it into some yogurt. You could add it into like a drink, like a glass of warm water for winter. A lot of people like it hot or warm. You could mix it in with your aloe and your instant herbal beverage, but do that cold if you're adding the aloe. Remember, the aloe's got to be cold. And you can also put it in your shake to make it thicker and fuller and more satisfying. Okay, so there's all those different things, but we need good quality fibre. We need to be regular, because when our body and digestive system works well, then guess what? Losing weight is much, much easier. Our bodies work to the optimum. So top tip, add to your herbal aloe and herby beverage as a great natural flush, gentle detoxing properties, great as a warm drink in your shake, or add to your desserts to boost the fibre content. So that's pretty cool, hey?
Yep.
Yep. It's got a little scoop in it, so you can do half a scoop or one whole scoop, depending on what your needs are, once or twice a day. Okay, the probiotic complex. This is one of the newer products as well. So it's just a one tab a day product, but you can take more. So sometimes my girls eat these like lollies. They seem to love the taste of them. I don't know why, but they open the capsule up and they just eat what's inside. And this is why I do feel their immune systems are so great. So once a day or more is putting the friendly bacteria back into your body. I love the fact that the probiotic complex doesn't have any lactose in it. So anyone that's trying to get the probiotics from yogurt and is lactose intolerant and they're having those issues with the extra calories as well, you know you can add this. It's, you know, basically calorie free and lactose free, which is really cool. So add it into your program to balance your digestive system, so you're going to get the maximum results. And it's fantastic with the herbal aloe. Anyone that's got any digestive issues, I'd definitely be adding this one in with the aloe. And it's good for your immune system, digestive system, and your bowel health as well. So top tip, if you've overindulged, double dose on them to help your digestive system regain its balance. If you're traveling overseas or experiencing food from different countries and cultures, take extra just to keep your immune system topped up and fight off those tummy bugs, okay? So that's a really good little product. So yes, you can swallow the capsule, but you can open it up and put it in a glass of water or mix it into something else as well if you needed to, okay? So one a day or more, depending on how many you want to use. Okay, so here's some of the results that people are achieving. I know you've heard quite a few people talk about their results and how long they've been using the Ultimate program. So I just wanted to show you, it's for everybody. So you've got people that are obviously trying to lose the beer belly, people that are obviously wanting to work on their fitness and get some abs. You've got someone that's just trying to lose some dress sizes and get back into, maybe some, different dress size, someone that's getting ready for summer, children that, obesity in children is a lot higher now too. So there's probably a lot of children, that they can use it. Just use as directed, of course. People that are trying to improve their skin, and maybe someone that's underweight that's trying to put on much needed weight. So there's, basically the products are for everybody. But just remember, individual results may vary. We're not claiming to cure anything. It's just supplying your body with good balanced nutrition and helping it to move towards wellness. So I just wanted to go through some things that you can share with your clients. And by all means, you can share this call with them. Talk to them about their options. Once you know they love the products, then let them know they can become a member and they can start earning their rewards points. So the volume points to me are rewards points, showing people how they can get 25% off, 35% off, 42% off, or even 50% off. So I think most of the people on this call tonight are actually on 50%, and it's definitely the place to be, right, everyone? You know, if you agree, 50% off is the best place to be, because you're going to get the maximum discount on what you're buying for yourself. You're going to be able to make maximum retail profit. It opens up wholesale, royalties. There's lots of promotions you can qualify for at 50% as well that are available to supervisors, including special training. So it's definitely the place to be, is at 50%. Everyone can get there. It's just a matter of time. So ask your coach about that option, okay? You get a Herbalife member pack for around $82. Gives you a minimum of 25% discount for 12 months. After a year after that, if you want to maintain it, it's about $15 a year to maintain. Plus you get a full-size Formula One in there, and a ticket to a training as well, so you can learn all about the product. So it's a really great way to save money, and it gives you heaps and heaps of value, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so I just wanted to go through a couple of things with, when you're talking to people about the products, that we stick to, that this is something that was taught to me right when I got started, when I was 20 years old, is 90% opinion, 10% fact, and that everyone out there has an opinion. It comes to politics, religion, definitely weight loss and nutrition. People have their opinions. So all we've got to do is stick to the facts. It doesn't matter if someone has an opinion, they're entitled to it. But what's important is that you don't buy their story, okay? And it doesn't matter if they don't buy your story either, for that matter, but just stick to the facts. So some of the facts are, we have over 100 million consumers worldwide, over 37 years in business, over 94 countries and growing all the time, $7.5 billion US turnover. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which we have had from day one, so we're really into protecting our customers. We have a nutrition advisory board, and we're listed on the New York Stock Exchange, plus we're a member of the Direct Selling Association as well. So all of these things are facts to give you confidence in what you're doing. And of course, the most important thing is your story. You need to know your story. And I love the fact that Lydia said about how you helped your lady package her story before the shake party. Such a smart thing to do is teaching her how to tell her story using the facts in the most powerful way, so that when she, when it started, she was actually able to talk about it and not probably add in things that weren't relevant, So well done on showing how to package your story, Lydia. It's really good. So, and of course, then you want to use other people's stories. So whose stories do I use? Well, I use all of your stories, of course. So I love that, Mervyn's shared his story before. So is Jennifer, so is Jan, so is Rosemary, so is Lydia, Marcel. There's a whole bunch of people on this call that have been sharing their stories. And guess what? We can use each other's stories, and we can use all the stories at the events. I know it's probably one of the reasons Jennifer keeps going to events is because you get to hear all the new stories, right?
True. Mm.
And of course, Jennifer's really big on flip books and having before and after photos and stories and books to show people, because it's really results that will get people on the products. It's results that will keep people using the products long term, and it's where you'll get your referrals from as well. So it's all about results. So just keep learning the stories and just tell them over and over again. Oh, just wait, I just wanted to go back because I forgot this bit. So when someone is, this is something Jan does really well too, that if someone does come up with something, I heard Herbalife, if you take that, your right arm will fall off. And all you can say is, look, I don't know about that. All I know is, I've been using Herbalife for 27 years and my right arm still seems attached. It's okay. And I've been using the products now 27 years. I feel fantastic. I've lost 20.2 kilos. Let me tell you about Jennifer. Let me tell you about Jan. Let me tell you about Rosemary. Let me tell you about Lydia. And if you get on the products, you're going to get great results too. And for any reason you don't, I'd be happy to give you money back. So you've got to be really strong on it, okay? The other one is feel, felt, found. So one of the things is I still have trouble taking tablets even after 27 years, but I'm very persistent. So someone says, oh, I just hate all those tablets. I just can't take tablets. And you go, you know what? I know how you feel. I felt that way before too. But what I found is that, when I take my tablets with my shake, it's a bit thicker with some juice. I can actually take them no problems at all. Or, what I used to do is I used to just crush them up with a tablet crusher or mortar and pestle and put it in my shake and blend it up, and I couldn't even taste them. And that's what I found worked for me. Would you like to try that too? So they're really good ones. I don't know about that. And feel, felt, found. Okay, really simple ways of handling questions and objections. Did you want to add anything, Jennifer?
No, sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, no, awesome. Okay. So the mega dosage and labelling law, these are things I wanted to cover just for some of the newer people that might be listening in and listening to the recording, just to give you some confidence in what you're doing when you're talking to people. Remember, it's always your result first, but these are the laws of the Australian government, not of Herbalife. The mega dosage law states that if there was too much of any one ingredient of any of our products that could harm someone, we just wouldn't even be able to have it in the country in the first place. That's number one. So just keep that in mind. Labelling laws. So obviously every product has a label. So if someone with any medical condition couldn't use our products, it would have to be stated on here, warning. It's a little bit like some of the medications you get in the chemist that make you drowsy. Warning. Do not operate heavy machinery or drive while taking this product, causes drowsiness. That's a warning, okay? So we don't have anything like that on our products. So it's really users directed. Use your common sense and know that we've got some of the best laws that Herbalife abide by, and not just in Australia, but in 96 countries worldwide. They've had to go through every single government body, sometimes even state bodies, to get through. So our products are one of the most scrutinised in the world, okay? So just so you know, they're 100% safe for everybody. Cool. So I just wanted to cover a little bit on customer service, referrals, and how to find clients. Okay. So I was just wondering, Jen, if you would be happy. I'm just going looking for you. Where are you? There you are. I'll unmute you. If you just wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of customer care and maybe some of the things that you do.
Well, look, customer care is one of the most vital things in the business, because if you've got to work hard to get your customer, so you've got to work even harder to keep your customer, because really what you want them to do is stay on the product and repeat the product the next month, and then even further on as well, and stay on the products as long as what we have, all of the people who've been on a long time. But it is a matter of communication. And I know in the past, from time to time, I've got a little bit slack with follow-up, and guess what? You do lose your client. So it is very imperative that you do keep that communication up. And of course, this day and age, you've got so much more advantage. You've got Facebook to have extra follow-up. You've got texting, which is excellent. You've got emails to, follow up with as well. But there's nothing more important than the phone call. So the other things are extra. Don't just rely on those. You've got to really speak to your customer, and wherever possible, if they're local, face to face. It's always one of the best ways, because that really builds a relationship. Because relationship building is really what keeps your people on the product. And of course, then it can go from being a VIP, from a customer to a VIP, and then hopefully later on down the track to be a wellness coach as well. But you've got to find your own way of following up. Sometimes I've had people sort of set the day, what time, what day is suitable for you to follow up. Make sure if you set a time, you've got to make sure that you do that time. If you're running late or anything like that, you've got to make sure that you send a text or something. Running late, but I'll call you at such and such a time. But I know Lydia, she's excellent at follow up as well. Not just me. I know Rosemary does excellent follow up. So everybody who's been in the business a long time knows that is one of the most important things. It's about communication. It really is.
Thank you, Jan. And yeah, so it's right. You've got to follow through. Do what you say you're going to do, and go above and beyond if you can. I don't mean over the top, but just follow through. I have a diary, so I write all my calls in my diary, and then I've got like a profile form. So I can't see if you can see this. Where is it?
Yeah, most important to keep records of what they've bought, and also information about your client as well. Their family members' names, their children's names, all those sort of things, and write them down on a page, whatever way you sort of record everything, because it's nice to refer back to them during your follow-up.
Yeah, so keep records. Look, you can do it on the computer. You can do it. I'm a pen and paper person, and I just put these in folders, and I just take them with me to Fit Club. Like this morning at Fit Club, I did, I think there were 7 people that came, and 6 of them joined our local challenge here and did all their results and everything. So I find that's great. I even took their photos on the phone as well, their before photos. So you just want to engage people and use whatever tools and methods that suit you. If you like using a diary and paper, great. If you like doing it all on computer and spreadsheets, great. Whatever suits you, do it, as long as you do it consistently. And in the career manuals, it goes all through customer care, and there's a great training on myherbalife.com.au as well. So that leads us on to obviously doing good customer care and follow up. You're going to not only get a client, but you're going to keep them. They're probably going to upgrade. I know one of my clients in WA, Margaret, I've been calling her now for about 2 years or more. She sometimes orders twice a month. She's given me a few referrals. She always upgrades. She's also using the skin now too, and she just loves it. She loves the products, and she loves how it makes her feel. So, you want those long-term. In fact, I was having a look on BizWorks, and I've got VIPs that have been ordering for over 17 years. How cool is that? That's what we want, long-term clients. But of course, we also want referrals. And I know, Lydia, you're really awesome at getting referrals. I'd just love to maybe some tips on what you would do to get your referrals.
Yeah, Shelley, I was just going to go back a bit with what Jan had said. It is really rock star follow-up. I think everybody on the call would have to agree with that. And just learning to employ yourself and take yourself seriously, because if you don't value your time, your new clients are not going to value your time. Talking about referrals, I have been lucky enough not to have to leave the house very often for referrals. So if I sell a program and that client's not in my township, I will always put in about 3 or 4 flyers into the new box. I'll always put in about 3 or 4 business cards as well, so they're overloaded. If they happen to be in Bill or Wheeler, I will have the cards at the presentation on the table anyway, regardless. However, my figure of speech when I'm packing their container up and putting their program together and putting it inside the box is, you know, they've got my phone number by that stage anyway, but I still always say, look, I'm going to put the flyers in there. Who knows? Once you've lost your first 5 kilos, everybody's going to know what you're doing. So could you just give them my flyer or my business card, if that's okay? So you're opening that door, because I have had, I guess, people in the past quickly ring me after they've given my phone number out, wanting to know, is that okay, or did I do the wrong thing? I didn't ask with you first, didn't check with you first, but I just gave my sister-in-law in Brisbane your phone number. I'm so sorry, you know. So I think just breaking the ice with that and mentioning it straight up that you're always looking to help other people, that they know then that it's okay to pass it on. And another thing is, when we run our challenges, I usually put together, you know, like if you want to come into the challenge and get your nomination paid for, which is a $15, bring a friend. So get somebody else into the challenge, which most of the time they're going to be a new client, and then they will pay for your membership for both of you. It'll be $7.50, you know, each, or you get it for free. So our last challenge, I was able to get an extra client just by saying that. Another way is, you know, just on your general follow-up call. I don't ask it usually the first week, but however, the second week, it's the first question, you know, how much weight have you lost this week, blah, 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 after the small talk, and then always finishing off the conversation going, oh my God, Jen, you've lost 2 kilos, 6 centimetres of body fat, the very, you know, second week, blah, 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 who has noticed? And I just zip it. And then they will usually come back with my mum or my sister. Usually, you know, because they're the most people that would, you know, the family would generally see them. They go, well, actually, now that you've said that, my mum said around my face and around my collarbone, she can notice the 2 kilos already. So is your mum interested in getting on the products? And that's just how the conversation goes. And I just say, you know, just keep using the products, mate. I know she's not interested at the moment. People are watching you. They're going to be asking what you're doing very shortly. So we'll get them on the products, because I always love working with a husband and wife, or always love working with 2 sisters or a mum and their daughter, because that's where the rivalry starts to come through and we get better results. So keep an eye out. Who else can we help? And like I said, with Erica as well, you know, I chose not to do another challenge in the 6-week term when I work challenges in between school terms. However, with, you know, like I said, hoping to get new clients to help Erica teach, you know, how to use the product. So, you know, I get to work with another 4 people this coming week. So they're my new clients until they're, you know, what should I say, Erica goes to supervisors. So, you know, they're still people in my organisation. So by having a shake party and picking up a few more.
That was great. Excellent information.
Yes, and I like the way you qualify them, that you're going to be helping them with their following up their clients until they become a supervisor, so you know that they're doing everything properly. I really love that accountability. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, we've just got a 3-way chat going on Facebook, because Kylie, that's under Erica, she was very, very, if you could say, you know, as coaches, we look for that leadership in other people, and it's not always that first line that draws our attention, it's the second or possibly the third line down. And I can also already see that she's just got a gift there, you know. So any product that I talked about, she had a story to back me on it, and I only met her on that day, and she told her results as well at the shake party and how she has her shake, and she's already wanting to know how to get to 35%. So I'm working with these 2 ladies together, so who knows.
It's good.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lydia. And I don't know if you see this quote here, which I've really put it on here to make you think about this. 91% of your customers will give referrals if asked. Only 11% ask. So which means we only ask 11% of the time. So we've got to learn to ask more, because over 91% are willing to give referrals. So make sure you ask. So this is the thing that Lydia is really strong on, is she doesn't leave any stone unturned. She doesn't assume. She lets people know all their options. So we need to do this more. Yes, we can do flyers and we can run ads. I know Lydia's come off a flyer. I think there's quite a few of us that came off ads. Some came off Centre of Influence, like people we knew. But why not go and talk to the people we care about? We don't have to sell and get every single person on the product. So why wouldn't they? Because they're going to feel fantastic. But, you know, let them know what you're doing and ask them for help. Hey, do you can you do some flyers for me? Hey, do you mind telling some of your friends about what I'm doing? Just ask, just put it out there. The worst they're going to say is no, and at least you planted that seed so that they are talking to someone next week that's complaining about their health or their energy or their weight. They go, oh, my friend does that. I'll give them your number. So just make sure that you put it out there, okay? Be strong and passionate. You believe in what you're doing and you feel great on the products. Why wouldn't you want others to feel the same way? So we are going to do a more extended training on customer care and follow-up and referrals and things, and some role plays as well. Did you have anything else to add, Lydia?
I was just going to say, on Saturday, well, at any stage during my Herbalife shake parties, I've never actually told my business testimonial. I've always been a little bit private with that, I guess you could say. However, I had gone to a Tupperware party 2 weekends ago, which I thought this was very handy, and I thought to myself that we could probably implement this into our own business. Tupperware, they gave me like a wish list when I walked in, and on the back of that wish list, it had, is this your first Tupperware party? I mean, you could have in there, is this your first shake party? Have you heard about the products, which was Tupperware? Are you interested in earning a part-time income? Which made me look. I sort of thought, well, why can't we put that on a card? Because once again, unless we're asking for referrals or unless we're asking for people to join the business, I never use the word business anyway, but join us in, becoming consultants. Nobody knows. Everybody thought, I might have been going over there to help Erica and Erica only. So this was the first time that I actually said during the shake party, about me being very fortunate to be at home with my 3 babies and not miss a sports carnival, always be at the Estedfords and that sort of thing, and how grateful I was to Herbalife, not only for me being allowed to do that. However, I've been able to earn an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month just by helping other people on the product. So if there is anybody in the room at the moment that might be unemployed or would like to pay for their own products, blah, blah. So I've done a little bit of a spiel on that. So I got a few funny looks. However, I thought, well, it's out there now. I think some people, when they come to a different community, that they just don't, I don't know how to put this into words, but people see it as a threat, I guess. Like there might be somebody sitting there thinking, well, I would love to do what she does. However, she might not be happy if I went and started up. And we don't want them to start up underneath anybody else. If they enjoyed the products, or whatever, and never got to VIP, but then went off and become a distributor. So I think, just by getting that flyer at that Tupperware party, I thought, well, why have I never told my testimonial?
That's a very good idea.
Shelley, can you hear me?
Yep.
Talking about referrals. You do have to keep talking, and sometimes you talk, and if you just keep talking, even when you're not, you think it's just how do I put it? Even if you think it's just your general conversation, you get surprised when something comes back. So Olivia, my secretary, she went up your way to a town where her parents have retired to. They used to live here. So she went on the weekend, and I said, look, we may be having a Y Herbalife now up there. We haven't got all the details yet. So I said, why don't you ask them if they're interested to come along? Anyway, it was just one of those talking again, ask somebody, put it out there. I never thought anything more about it. And today she said to me, incidentally, I asked Mum and Dad, and they said, well, they've retired now, so they will come along and have a look. And I mean, I've known her mum, not really closely, but, for a long, long time. And so I thought, oh, wow, that was great. I didn't really expect that she was going to come back and say that they were going to go. So you just don't know until you ask. You have to keep doing it and presume and not be so slack about it like I was. It was just, off my cuff that I spoke to her. So I'm really excited. I might get a new distributor there.
We definitely want to follow up on that story, Jennifer, for sure. That's good. I just want to say well done on being brave for sharing your income stories, Lydia. I know what you're saying, that sometimes you feel like you shouldn't maybe talk about the money or something like that. But I also know why you're doing that more, because you did say you wanted to have a more recruiting focus. So this is what's starting to happen. Some of your now recruiting ideas are starting to come through because that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to do more recruiting.
Yeah, I just sort of mentioned that I haven't, but I sort of said, I'd had a lot of phone calls this early stage of the year, and there can't be a distributor over here, so I'm looking to expand my business. I've done the old George Knight.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
So we'll go through we'll do a training call just on these sort of things, how to talk to people and what to say. But all I was ever taught by Merv, who was obviously trained by Gary and Jennifer, was if you talk to some people, you get some customers. If you talk to lots of people, you get lots of customers. And if you talk to none, well, you can answer that question of how many you're going to get. So just make sure you're talking to people at every opportunity.
Shelley, could I ask another question?
Sure.
Are the people who are online, especially the guys out in the country areas, are they using a script, or they just simply now, used to talking and know what they want to say to people? Like in the days gone by, all these years ago, we started, we always had a script at the phone. Of course, after a while, it just you talk off by heart. But for new people, are sometimes struggling for what to say to people if you talk to them. So I'm wondering if anyone still does use a script.
Yes, always.
Oh, that's great. That's it. So people ring up, you just go by the script. And so that
script, is laminated, and it's foolproof.
That I'm really pleased to hear that, because, we have new people and they will start saying, look, I'm still a bit nervous about talking to people. And of course, we haven't worked by the script for a long time, but Jan was saying the other day, that's how Gary taught everybody. He'd even say, practice looking at yourself in a mirror, see yourself smiling, so you sound like you're smiling on the phone. And of course, as you get more confidence, you are smiling on the phone because you're really enjoying it. So I'm glad you said that you're using it, because as a lot of new people have been saying to me, feel, a bit uncomfortable about talking. So I think this script is great. So the script you use, do you want to put a copy up somewhere for us to see? It'd be good if we can see what you're actually saying.
Yeah, if you want to take a photo of it, if you want, Lydia, and put it onto Challenge Yourself Daily, and then cool. Okay.
I would say it's still the script that's been around for 100 years.
It's probably the same one, but it's good for people to see, because there have been different ones. So look, appreciate that, because a few people are asking me, and so that's good.
Yeah, I don't follow that if they're in home. If they're at a presentation in my home, I find the conversation flows naturally. Right. However, I don't answer the phone. If I've just dumped 100 flyers, I don't answer that phone without the script beside me.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Oh, nice. What great info tonight. I know I've got a little bit over, but we've got lots of gold happening. So I just wanted to remind you, finger up, it's the end of the month coming up on Thursday night at midnight. It's the end of May volume. So I really want you to think about your goals. Go on to BizWorks if you've got people and you see how close they are to qualifying to the next percentage. There's the Kickstart promotion, which we'll go through too. If anyone's close to doing the 200 volume points over March and things like that, make sure you're letting people know how close they are. And it doesn't matter. Like I told a few people last month, and that one was only less than a volume point off doing her 200 volume points above, and she still didn't do it. But I still let her know. And it was her choice, and that's okay. So just let people know what it is. If you're not sure on how to do those things, then definitely ask your mentor or someone that's willing to go through it with you. So remember, end of month, put it in your diary. And so this is the Kickstart promotion. So this is open to everybody. It goes from April through to August. So we've got May, June, July, August. So really there's only 2 lots of 3 months, and that includes May, and we're almost at the end of the May. So it's 200 personal purchase volume, so under your own ID number, above March's volume. So for example, if you signed up in April, because I know Lydia had this question, then obviously your March volume 0, because you weren't even in the business then. So that person has to do 200 volume points in May and June and July, and they qualify for this pack. Okay, so then there's other ways. You can do 500 volume points above your March volume. You can do 1,000 volume points above your March volume 3 months in a row to get these other packs. I'm pretty sure there's the ability to qualify for all the packs too, and by helping other people. So if you can help some members, 3 first-line people who join Herbalife in the qualification period, so in between April and August, and help them qualify, you get a recognition plaque too. So how cool is that? So, and it's extra Herbie branded gear, so you can be out there promoting the brand. You can use them for promotions and gifts, whatever you want to do really. But what a great promotion, and anyone that can qualify for this. So have a look on BizWorks and see who's close to qualifying for these, okay? If you're not sure and what it's about, just give us a call and we can go through it with you. Jennifer was talking about Dr. Darren Burgess. So his tour locations and everything have come out. It's on email from My Herbalife, Herbalife Nutrition, but you can also go onto myherbalife.com.au and it's on there as well. Or give Herbalife a call and they can send the flyer out to you, okay? So this is a great opportunity. And so Jennifer's already promoted this amazingly, and the Why Herbalife Why Now locations and dates will be out soon too on the Master Blast. So the World Team Leadership Weekend's coming up on the Gold Coast. So it's August 25th to 26th. Now, obviously, if you're trying to do World Team, a brand new World Team member and trying to do your 4 months of 2,500, obviously that time has passed because you've got to do May, June, July, but you could still qualify as World Team on 10,000 volume points. Can I just have a show of hands of who's done 10,000 volume points in a month before? I know I have. Jennifer, Rosemary, Jan, Lydia, Mervyn. So I just want to show it's possible. Just sometimes people go, how am I going to do that? Yes, we're not expecting you to buy it all yourself. We're you're doing it through your natural business, okay? So can you get 10,000 volume points or more in 1 month? Absolutely, it's been done before. We just had lots of show of hands. Or a 500 royalty override check if you've got some supervisors underneath you and you're working with them, helping them build. So there's lots of different ways of qualifying for it. So it's open to brand new World Team members and existing World Team and Tab Team who qualify for this too. So basically it's doing your World Team qualification. And the thing is, you want to be doing your 2,500 volume points anyway, because that's your Herbalife house. And as a supervisor, that gives you your full royalty, your 5% royalty, 3 levels deep, as wide as it goes. This is why you want to do your full 2.5. So it's a habit to get into, a good habit that if you lead by example, other people will follow, okay? And today's information on the Ultimate Program and how to get referrals and clients is probably an excellent way of achieving that. Plus, there's a special active World Team training and lots of other goodies wrapped into that weekend too. So remember, you can go to Challenge Yourself Daily and all these promotions with all the extra flyers and everything. For everything that's happening with the events and promotions are on that slideshow presentation, okay? So I think that might be it. Cool. Jennifer, did you have anything to add before we wrap it up?
I do. I forgot to tell you. I have another good story. I've got a new customer in America, and it's a young man. He's going to a sports college. His dad lives in Mauritius, and I know his dad. And so he's training to be an Olympic high jumper. So I've just sent him all the sports products that we have, 2 months supply, so that he, I don't have to keep doing it all the time. And so, because he's really knows about, Cristiano Ronaldo and all the top sports people. So that could be a good story down the track for Herbalife if he really accomplishes anything in his high jumping. So, yeah, that's exciting.
Yes, well, definitely keep us updated. I'm so excited. Thank you, every single person that shared tonight. I'm just going to unmute you all. And we really appreciate everyone being on the call, everyone contributing in any way that you can. I love all the posts that come through. And so, it takes a team, to contribute to help everyone to become successful. So make sure you keep sharing your good news. I love that Rosemary put her cinnamon instant herbal beverage story on to Challenge Yourself Daily. So just keep sharing all your good stories and news and putting it on the group. And, I just love it. You'll inspire someone just to get started, okay? So thank you for being on the call. I'm going to convert this into a recording link so that you can share it with everyone as well. I'm happy to email it through to you, Jan and Jennifer, so you can send it out to anyone that you need to as well.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone, for helping. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thanks for your help.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. I'll just stop recording. There it is.